Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today, day 12 of 15 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And today we're going to go over three things, three little segments is plan, time blocking, and focusing. So in this chapter, Gary does a great job of kind of using a lot of great analogies on what to do with planning your day, focusing, what to look and do first. A lot of these things we've said before, I've said before, we've talked about over the last 12 days. I've talked about this in other videos. So for all the agents that are watching, that have watched a lot of my videos before. And again, the point of this and what I'm going over today is it's a lot of it's the same thing. It's repetitive things. It's persistence. It's consistence. So there's a lot of things that a lot of times agents are waiting for some, watching this video, or watching coaches, or watching reading other real estate books and of success, and waiting for something new that's mind-blowing that no one else knows about. That's really not the case. A lot of it is about the same things. One of the things that I mentioned this in videos in the past, I saw a great analogy to what success is, what excellence is. This was a quote in a story from I think it was a professional bodybuilder that got to a certain level. I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, I wish I remember, but I just remember the gist of the quote was that excellence it comes from being able to do the same thing. Maybe it could be boring, same thing over and over and over again every day. Example, being a bodybuilder, being a distance runner, being a professional golfer. How many times do they have to hit that golf ball? Now, if you're a professional golfer, I know you love golf, but because that's what you're doing, but really, do they every day, hours on hours of hitting the same club, hours every day. Some in the Olympics, figure skaters, whatever, doing the same move over and over and over for days, for weeks, for months, for years, your whole life, just to perfect something. And then when you think you perfect it, you have to continue doing it to stay crisp, to stay on top of your game. So just when you think you're on top of your game and whatever you're doing, you got to consistently keep on doing it. So that's real estate. And that's what I've said before, is that everything that we're talking about in this, and that's in this book, with Gary's book, which is great, is that the top talented realtors, or the successful realtors, if you want to put that in a category for number of sales, or how many sales they have, or the success of the income they have to consistently keep on doing it. It's not like you open up, you get to a certain level and it's kind of like a flood and it keeps on coming in. It doesn't happen that way. Actually, I'm a perfect example of that. And in my business is that 28 years of being in real estate, the first part of those years where I was personally selling real estate. Before I started my office 22 years ago, this office, and started recruiting realtors, bringing realtors on, about 10 years ago, I got to the level of having over 150 agents at that time. And I had to make a choice between my personal business or helping realtors and coaching my realtors and helping them with their business, and not my own personal business. So I gave up my personal business of calling buyers, calling sellers, my sphere of influence, to focus on my agents and what they do. So the point I'm getting to is that I focus on my agents and their success. So what happened with my personal business, in the toilet, it's gone. It's almost gone. I am one of those people that I go to family gatherings, friends, parties, things, and I have friends and relatives that say, "Oh yeah, I bought a house last month." I'm like, "Why didn't you call me? I could have referred you to one of our agents." And they go, "You're still in real estate?" Because I am not focused on my own personal business and spending hours a day, weeks, months on my own personal business. So it doesn't flow in. We have a company of over 450 agents. Every one of my relatives and friends have been in the business 28 years, knows I'm in real estate. They are forgetting that I'm in real estate because I don't consistently call them. I don't consistently remind them I'm in real estate because I'm focused on my agents and their success. So the point I'm getting at is that even I see it in myself. I'm using myself as an example. I talk to new agents all the time thinking, how did you give up your personal business years ago? It goes like that. As soon as you forget you stop calling and you stop going after your sphere of influence and you call and you're persistent, it goes away very fast. So I know that for a fact. It happened to me with my own personal income and my personal deals that I had many years ago when I had personal business. So I know this for a fact because I had a lot of business and it went away as soon as I stopped doing what we're telling you in this. So today, again, kind of got off topic there of giving you examples, but today, make sure you plan, time block, and focus. So plan, you got to come up with a daily plan of what you're doing and what you want to accomplish. Gary uses a funny example in the book of how some realtors look at doing their day. They are getting their to-do list. Shouldn't be a to-do list, should be a have-to list. And when you don't have specific focus and goals of your to-do list or your plan, he used a funny example of you're like a child eating dinner. Like you have your food and you push the food around plate. You start eating the food you like first, but then you push your vegetables to the side, which in this comparison, it's doing the things you don't want to do. You might making those calls to your sphere, sending those text messages, doing maybe some door-to-door knocking in your farm area, doing the things that you don't enjoy doing as much, you kind of push to the side. So number one, you have to have a plan. Make sure you have a plan. It's in writing. I suggest having it on a calendar. So use your phone. It's a specific time block it, say between 1 and 2 o'clock, and then you could even split it up throughout the day in increments, like a half hour, 45 minutes, bite-sized pieces. So you're not going 4 hours of making calls. That's going to be hard to do. So time block. If the perfect scenario would be for you to have your schedule and color coordinated in your phone, wherever, or on a piece of paper, of blocking your time of what you're going to do. And what I like to do for myself is when it's on my phone, if something comes up, there's a curveball in the day, I got to handle something right now. I can't wait for a half hour till I'm done with the call. Someone texts me, please, I need to talk to you now. We have that with business. Then I could go up and move my blocks, move them around a little bit, because we know you can't have a 100% structured day personally or business wise, but you're going to be putting in 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day of time blocking of prospecting. And remember, think of it, you're your boss. You're your own boss. Make sure you're accountable for what you do. So that's the topic tomorrow, being accountable. So I don't want to go too much in detail of things that you could do to make yourself accountable for things. But so today, I want to concentrate on time blocking and things that you could do. So put it in your calendar, put it in time blocks, maybe half hour, 45 minutes, little bite-sized pieces. So you could also move them around. So if all of a sudden a call comes in, takes 15 minutes of your time, you could move that block. Okay, I'll make those calls later tonight. And then you could keep track to make sure you hit your goals of the time of how many people you need to call, or have a number. You could have a number like a minimum of 10, 20 prospecting calls a day. And then you could at least, if you don't, you have some time blocks, but those time blocks get eaten up by important things. You could also, you go, okay, I got 10 of those done, or I got some of those done, or you got it done quickly. Maybe all 20 were voicemails, a few text messages, things like that. Maybe you got through them fast because you didn't get a hold of as many people. I know when you get a hold of people on the phone or through text message, a 2-minute voicemail could end up being a 20-minute conversation about how you want to, talking to people, because you don't want to get them off the phone. If you got them on the phone and they're talking to you, I guess obviously you can't go on for 2 hours, but you want to build a relationship with those people. You don't want to try to speed them off the phone. You're trying to build a relationship with you, show that you're really interested in knowing what's going on in their lives and want to check up with them and ask them questions. And the longer you keep them on the phone, the more they could find someone. Also, have in your mind that everybody, when you get a hold of someone, they know someone. Every single person that you talk to, you have to have in your mind that they know someone that may be buying or selling now. It's how to get that information out of them. How to, again, you say, do you know anybody buying or selling a house? Would love to help them and be their trusted advisor in buying or selling a home. And if they say no, then you could go into asking them questions about, do you know anybody that's just got married, having a baby, anybody retiring, anybody that might, if you heard that might be looking for a new job, they might be looking to sell their house, looking for a new career, getting out of college, anything that's life changing. So again, then that also, when you have those kind of conversations, then sometimes it gets into other conversations and you keep them going. And then when you call on them once a month or once a quarter, they're excited to talk to you because you listen to them. You're a friend of theirs. You're someone that listens to what they have to say. I talk to many agents that are doing these exact things, and they're actually getting to enjoy it. At first they go, I don't know, I thought I was going to be bugging people, and I wasn't sure, and I was scared. But when I get a hold of people, a lot of times they're voicemails or getting a hold of people that actually want to talk and find out what's going on, and they enjoy it. So hopefully you end up, if you haven't done it yet and you're just listening to this for the first time and you're a new agent or just want to get your business going, you haven't sat there one day and spent 2 hours of your day making just prospecting calls to your sphere of influence to check in on them, see how things are going, if they're looking to buy or sell a house. If you have never done that or haven't done that consistently, I bet you're going to be pleasantly surprised that you might actually enjoy doing that and checking up on people, because the people that want to talk to you are actually excited to talk to you. You're not bothering them. And guess what? In today's day and age, which is even nicer, is called caller ID. They know you're calling. If anybody today doesn't know who's calling them on their phone, or picking up, who picks up, I mean, not many, pick up a random phone number. Some do, most don't. So if they're picking up the phone, they're probably the type of person that really wants to hear who was on the other line of picking up the phone. So you should not be scared. I tell this to agents every day. Don't be scared of the phone. I would say years ago, 28 years ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth and rotary phones and pickup phones, everybody had to pick up the phone. There was no caller ID. There was one phone in the house, and sometimes it was the kids. And they pick up the kids, like, can I talk to your mom or dad, or you get through them, and then they'd be like, and then there was going down memory lane. Then there was call, I forget what it was called, when it would beep on the phone, caller ID, not caller ID. I can't even remember. But then all of a sudden, you were on the phone, and then there was a beep because you didn't get a busy signal. And I remember making calls, and I'd beep over, and they'd click over, and it would be one of the kids on the phone. Hi, I talk to your mother or father, and they'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm on the other phone, I'll give them a message. And then I knew they would never give them the message, or maybe an hour and a half later they give their parents the message. So the point I'm getting at is today it's such more, agents today in sales have such a better advantage of getting a hold of people picking up the phone, they want to talk to you, knowing what people are doing through social media, text messages, emails. There's so many different avenues that you could connect with people that is like super salesperson, super agent, super prospecting. that all we had back in the day was a phone and and everybody was always home. Everybody was using the same phone. You couldn't get to the person you wanted to talk to because the whole family was on the phone, or go door knocking, and they were busy eating dinner. The whole family was around, and then I felt like it was bugging them. So the point I'm getting is that don't be scared. Plan, time block, make those prospecting calls, focus on what you have to do for the day, focus on your goals, focus on your daily goals of what you need to get accomplished and want to get accomplished, and consistently do it, persistently do it for a long period of time, and it works. It's simple. It works. There's nothing, I can't say it doesn't work. It will work. It always does. It's time after time after time. It always does. It just, the numbers don't lie. It just, you will, and a lot of you have heard me say this a million times, is that I feel real estate is the best sales to be in, because everybody you talk to is a potential customer someday. Everybody they know is a potential customer someday. It's just a when they're going to be moving or where they're going to be moving to. And in real estate, even better, you're licensed in Ohio. You can sell any house in Ohio, and anywhere in the country, you could earn a referral fee for referring them to someone else. What better sales are there to be? And the sky is a complete limit of what you can do with it. So again, today, remember those three things: is to plan, time block, and focus, and do it daily or 5 days a week. Plan how many days a week you want to do that, and you'll get there if you do it consistently. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about ideas on how to make yourself accountable, because accountability is very important, and having ideas and what you can do to motivate yourself, keep yourself accountable. There's different ideas and things that you could do for that too. So we'll go over that tomorrow. So that's it for today. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for day 13 of 15 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent with Gary Keller. Thank you. Bye-bye.